flame on max. I'ma keep it going till there ain't none left. Going till there ain't none. Keep the flame on max. I'ma keep it going till there ain't none left. Going till there ain't none. Keep the flame on max. I'ma keep it going till there ain't none left. Going till there ain't none. Keep the flame on. Keep the flame on. Keep the flame on. Keep the flame on.
Hello and welcome to Cairns for the penultimate night of the regular season for the Chemist Warehouse WNBL as the winless Bendigo Spirit close out their year with a matchup against the third place Deakin Melbourne Boomers. Good evening everybody, alongside the always wonderful Michelle Gubbles, Liam Santamaria on hand. And Michelle, it's been a tough year for the Bendigo Spirit. They're going to be up against it again tonight. What are you looking forward to in this matchup?
Oh, well, I was looking forward to the Tessa Lavey-Tess Madgen matchup, but with Tess Madgen not playing tonight, a little bit disappointed there because, you know, two opals going head-to-head, what's not to love about that? But still, Stella Beck stepping into that position, and, you know, she stands up really well. So Tessa Lavey will still have her hands full with Stella Beck.
So that is the late breaking news. No Tess Madgen for the Boomers tonight. Rested again for a second straight game. Also, Rachel and Taniadu not playing for the Boomers. They played last weekend, these two teams, Michelle, and it was a 32-point win to the Boomers. Their bigs dominated. What do you want to see out of Bendigo tonight to make that a little bit more competitive?
Look, I really think Bendigo need to somehow, instead of just relying on Tessa Lavey and Carly Ernst, they need to somehow get those other players, into the game and as a scoring threat. Last week when they played, not one of the Bendigo team got into double figures points-wise, and that's a little bit disappointing. So the Boomers, they're really good defensively, and they know exactly who they need to stop tonight. And it's going to be Tessa Lavey and it's going to be Carly Ernst. So they're going to have to find another way to score.
Now we talk about the Boomers. 2 wins for them this last weekend of the regular season will put them in a pretty good position for a top 2 finish. How do you like their form as we gear up to the finals?
I kind of liken the Boomers, they're kind of flying under the radar. I think everyone's focusing on Liz Cambage and the Southside Flyers, and they're focusing on the UC Caps. You know, they're the current title holders. And I just think somehow, yeah, the Boomers are they're looking good and they're just flying under that radar, going really nicely. So they're a good chance to take this off.
That's enough from you and I for now, Michelle. Let's hear from the players. We spoke to Boomers guard Izzy Wright about her role in the team this year, and also Bendigo star Carly Ernst about the emotions coming into their final game.
I'm really happy with my role in the team. I know I've kind of got a role to come in and be a defensive pest, and I'm enjoying it, and I think I'm playing my part.
Izzy, tell us a bit about the warm-up tops, clothing the gap, acknowledging and respecting Indigenous culture and people. What does it mean to you and the girls to be wearing them tonight?
I mean, it means a lot for us. We have a bit of a platform to use for things that are important to us. So supporting Indigenous culture is something that we think is important, and exciting that we can wear these shirts.
Yeah, it's been a really quick season. For us, I think it's been pretty tough. We haven't got a win yet, so we're hoping, hopefully tonight we can get a win, or we can just, you know, put some good quarters together and just play some good basketball and have a bit of fun. And I think it might be Amelia Todd-Hunter's maybe last game for WNBL, so I think we want to come out tonight and just play for her because she's had a great career.
Oh, a little potential scoop there from Carly Ernst about her teammate Amelia Todd-Hunter as we gear up for this one at the pop-up arena. I'm calling it the Snag Pit, Michelle, in the old Bunnings building up there in Cairns. And as we have a look at the starting lineups for these two teams, as we said, no Tess Madgen tonight. Stella Beck into the lineup again. And it's Maddie Garrick's 250th WNBL game.
And she's a big-time player, is Maddie Garrick. So, you know, her 250th game, I think she's going to bring it tonight.
Down the other end for Bendigo, 0-12, looking for an unlikely win to close out their season. And it's McLean, Palvast, Ernst, Skinner and Levy will start for the Spirit. Coming off a 10-point loss to Adelaide Bendigo. There is Garrick, 250th tonight, two-time WNBL champ. And we are underway. And the Boomers have first touch. A big night of WNBL action tonight. A big double-header, enormous game on the second leg as Townsville and Adelaide battle it out. Here's Garrick, the milestone girl, and she gets scoring underway.
It's a good start for Garrick, and she'll only build from there. She loves the limelight. She's going to soak this up.
Averaging 10 points a game on the season, Garrick. Bendigo's first look offensively, going straight at Ernst. 32-point night the other night for Ernst. In terrific form. They come up short.
Look, I just think that like the Boomers are strong, their bigs are so strong, and I really think that like we've got Kayla George, great score there, coming off a double-double last week. Last time they had a game, and so did Ezzy Magbagor was the same, coming off a double-double as well.
Yeah, their bigs are going to be an enormous handful for Bendigo tonight. They torched them last time. George, McBeggars, she catches it down low, and also Davidson, McBeggar with her first bucket. 6-0 to the Boomers.
Bendigo really need a score this time down the floor. Just to hold them within reach and not let the Boomers get away early.
Turnover from Levy. So, Michelle, Bendigo were on total lockdown when they played the Boomers last weekend. Couldn't get anything going offensively. Levy had just 6 points, no assists in that game against Melbourne. Ernst just 8 points, 2 of 16 from the field. This Boomers team defensively have them on lock.
Yeah, and I think this Boomers team have a lot of teams on lock. They are probably arguably the best defensive team in the league.
That's the bucket and the foul to Stella Beck. Getting the start ahead of Tess Madgen, and the Kiwi looking good early, Michelle.
She is, and you know, there is a chance at one stage in this game we could end up with 7 New Zealanders on the court. There's 2 from Bendigo and 5 from the Boomers, so a big chance.
So Tracy York has reached her limit, 8-0 down in the opening couple of minutes, and she wants to have a chat to her Spirit.
Yeah, that's not a good start for Bendigo. You know, we're not even 2 minutes into the game yet, and they're 8 down, and they haven't scored yet, or even really looked like scoring.
Pop down into the pick and roll to the side. We may have to red that. If we don't get ice set quickly, automatically on the reds. Keep fist side on pushing towards Maddie's side. You after your back door, you've got to pick on that side, right? And then you're coming off 2. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Head tap here. Head tap 2.
Movers on 3. 1, 2, 3. Good day out of the timeout.
So you see the T-shirts there, the purple T-shirts that the coaching staff all wearing, the warm-up tops that the Boomers wore pre-game. We asked Izzy Wright about them. They're wearing warm-up tops from Clothing the Gap to acknowledge and respect our Indigenous culture and people. You can see them there. Always was, always will be, which was the slogan this year for NAIDOC Week. And great to see them making that statement here tonight.
Yeah, for sure. It's really important that we support the Indigenous community and hopefully get more players and more coaches and more everyone Indigenous involved.
Ernst from long range, in and out. Geez, they really needed that to get going the Spirit.
Last time they went head-to-head, these two teams, the Spirit only shot from 8% from the three-point line. So hopefully that doesn't happen again.
McBegaw down low, too big and too strong for Carly Ernst. Coming off a sensational season in the WNBL. Ezzy won a title in her first year in the league.
And, you know, it really looks like she's come back to this league and she's playing with more confidence, and she's not even the player she was last season in the WNBL, but just with that WNBA experience.
So York bringing the changes. Out goes Ernst, the early sub. Todd Hunter's in the game. We heard from Ernst pre-game. Perhaps this might be Todd Hunter's final WNBL game. We don't want to retire her prematurely, of course, as she attacks the rim there, but a WNBL champ, a long-time servant of the game. Garrick lines one up and knocks one down.
He's really not looking good for Bendigo, Liam. Really not.
On the flip side, Boomers in great touch early on, 6 of 6 from the field and firing on all cylinders. Levy sent away by Magbagor. Levy again, off the rim. Can't get anything going offensively, Bendigo. George, skip pass. They roll it inside, give and go. Beck with the bucket.
That was just clinical from Beck. You know, nice give and go and just a really soft finish around the rim.
A couple of early baskets for the 25-year-old Kiwi. There's Levy. Wants a little bit more space on the pick.
And
Gets the switch with George.
That's a smart move from Levy, just stretching the floor a little bit, creating that space.
Late on the shot clock, air ball from long range for Bendigo, and boy oh boy, that was Rintala on that attempt. They are really struggling to get themselves going.
So they're going to need someone to step up now, Liam. Someone to say, hey, I'm going to take this game and I'm going to make sure we make a game of it.
Well, unfortunately, that player is probably resting on the pine right now. Carly Ernst, their leading scorer. York clearly wanting to ring the changes tonight, give everyone plenty of run as Magbagor drills one from outside.
I have a feeling Tracy York may have said to Carly Ernst, we want you inside. That's where she looked really good in the last game that they played against Adelaide. She was posting up and she looked good. So maybe Tracy York has told her, I want you inside, but she was pinging threes again.
Boom, there it is from Amelia Todd Hunter. Breaks the drought for Bendigo. We all take a collective sigh of relief. Basket inside, good finish there from Davidson. 21-3. Let's see if that just gets the spirit going a little bit. Good take there. Off the dribble, and I'll get to the foul line.
Good job from Goulding, and they need to do that. Just take it out. They've got nothing to lose. You know, you've got nothing to lose. Work on getting each other free and just take it hard.
Here is Tracy York, former Adelaide 36ers assistant coach, second year with the Spirit, and geez, it's been a grind for her this season, Michelle.
I can't even imagine how she has felt going game in, game out, loss after loss, and just trying to regroup and trying to stay positive every single game. It must be so hard. So my hat's off to Tracy York.
Have you liked their endeavour, the Spirit? We know they're winless as they scramble defensively here, but they've had some games, you know, where they've been right into it. A 10-point loss to Adelaide their last night out. They get the turnover there. Have you liked their endeavour?
Some games I have and some games I haven't. So I think that another three, good work from Tessa Levy. So yeah, and I think, you know, that they've just got to stay positive like that, and it'll come. It will come.
So a couple of three balls and a couple of freebies, and the Boomers answer from long range. Back out by 15. Levy, pull up, bucket.
She's got a beautiful pull-up jumper.
turnover. Good take there from Goulding. And Bendigo forcing the Boomers and Guy Malloy into a timeout.
And that's great. They've shown some really good endeavour there, and now Guy Malloy is going, oh, hey, we have to look at things and maybe change things up.
It was 19-0 to open the game for the Boomers, and it's been a 12-4 run ever since.
And I'm really glad that Bendigo could step up a little. Like we don't want a blowout. We don't need another blowout here. We just need them to have a really good, hard look at it.
Nice, the guy driving on that one, that last score. That guard cannot penetrate middle. Now, you've worked really hard at doing that. We've got to execute it now. Okay. Now, we don't want to trade after the start, and that can get away from you really quickly. We've got to apply our stuff defensively. The last 2 minutes is not how we play. Right? If they stay in the zone, we'll just keep on dive, or we can go horns up into dive. Okay, here we go. Come on.
There you go. Movers on 3, 1, 2, 3. Movers. Let's go.
He always looks so relaxed, Guy Malloy. Yeah, like, you know, so cruisy in his timeout, no matter what's happening. But it was, you know, might see a bit of horns action if they're in the zone, and they're going to be diving to the basket to get those small little takes.
There was certainly a tone, though, wasn't there? Wasn't happy at all with the foot coming off the pedal after that fast start.
Yeah, I think it was the defense. Like, you know, when you've got a scout, you want to keep it out of the middle in the guard's hands. It's got to stay out of the middle, and you can't allow that. You've got to stick with what you do best.
The ball comes out to Beck on the deck. Rolls out. Beck, and she commits the foul as Goulding takes it away for Bendigo.
Beck's actually been really good in this first quarter. She really deserves this starting spot.
It's the Boomers' first miss from the field on the evening. Nearly 7 minutes into this one. A few turnovers were able to get Bendigo going offensively. Levy, puts it on the floor, but Froling can't quite collect it. And we're going the other way.
Yeah, right idea, just not quite the execution you want.
Is he right into the game for the Boomers? 23-12 in the early going to Melbourne. The first leg of your Friday night doubleheader. Beck from long range. Comes off. Rintala clears it. Todd Hunter finds Levy. She's in attack mode. She's got the switch here with Kayla George. Good defense from George. Levy gets the step. Long range attempt, no good.
That actually was great, G, from George. You know, a big mismatch there, and Levy was always going to take it to her.
Garrick, that's off for the milestone girl. 250th tonight. Here comes Levy. Dangerous in transition. Offensive foul on Rintala.
And that's that tenacious defense from Izzy Wright that we see. You know, she is a bit of a defensive pest. I'm not sure that was a foul, but...
I wonder if we might see a little more of some of the Boomers players that maybe haven't played a lot of tick throughout the season. As they...
Yeah, I'd like to see some Rachel Bruce. It's a shame Rachel Antoniadou is not playing, because I think she may have seen some minutes.
2 points there for Izzy Wright. Had a season high of 9 against Bendigo last time they met. She's often going in this one. Here's Goulding. Good, strong attack and one finish for Mary Goulding.
It's a great take, and she's very, very pleased with that finish. And one.
We've been looking throughout the season at who else might step up for Bendigo. We know Levy and Ernst have been getting the job done. Levy averaging 15 a game, Ernst averaging 16. but it drops off so significantly from there down to Skinner and Golding on 6. They need the likes of those two to get some buckets and tick the scoreboard over.
For sure. And Skinner, she's coming in and making some good threes, and so she can do it. And maybe some of the young ones get in some Paige Price. I'd like to see her getting in and getting some big scores, same as Piper Dunlop.
So a stop from Bendigo, a chance to cut it back into single digits here. Rintala, fade away. George sends it away. There's Levy, good pass. Golding lines one up, and that's down. Back-to-back buckets for Golding, and they have cut the margin down to 8.
And that was a beautiful distribution of the ball by Tessa Levy, and then she's in the top 10 and for assists in the league, and that is exactly why.
Ambitious pass from Garrick is a turnover, and Bendigo are rolling right now. Down 19-0 to open the game. Levy on the attack. It's been 17-6 Bendigo since that point. Here comes Ernst running, hooks off. That was fun. Purcell takes it for the Boomers.
And a post up straight up from Ernst, so I have no doubt that that's why she was ripped out of the game, and now she's been put back in and said, you need to post up.
Okay, a teaching point, perhaps. Final possession of the opening quarter here. It's been a great fight back from Bendigo. Garrick skips it to Wright, and she drills the long-range attempt. Izzy Wright with the three-point make on the quarter-time buzzer puts Melbourne out by 11.
And you want her shooting your three-pointers. She shoots at 60% from the three-point line. She is quality. She's a quality player, and I'm so happy to see her in this league. She's a quality person and a quality player.
What do we make of that roller coaster opening term, Michelle? As I said, 19-0 to begin. We thought, uh-oh, we're in for an out-and-out blowout early here, and what a great fight back we saw from the Spirit.
A spirited fight back, do you think? I see what you did there, Liam. No, it's really good, and I'm glad that they're actually stepping up. Let's have a listen to Todd Hunter.
Hey, the 22-23's been good. If you're across this middle line, we're doing reasonable pressure up here, but make sure if I'm on ball side, I'm taking down the lane and opposite ball side comes through to the middle. All right, so just say, Frols, this is you and the ball's here. You can come and maybe get a piece of it, or at least say Kayla George on the catch, all right? Make sure we're bumping quickly, so as the ball's reversed, we've got to know we've got to start bumping across defensively, okay? O-boards, so if we're having a shot go up, let's make sure we're crashing the boards. We generally should know each other's play now to say, hey, I reckon that shot's going up, I'm going to get on the O-board. For us, offensively, let's have a look at, can we go pop rib, but for Tessa? All right, so pop rib. So Carly, you'll be here. Alicia, you're here. Mary, you're going to be point guard. Yeah, so she's going to UCLA cut, you're going to pop out. Then it reverses Mary to Carly, to Alicia, to Tessa. She's looking to rip Carly, you've got to come underneath.
So 12 points off their bench in that opening term, Michelle, for Bendigo, led by Mary Golding with 9. And for the Boomers, Maddie Garrick in game 255, first quarter assists.
Yeah, and that's good to see that their bench is getting into it. I'd really like to see more from the Boomers bench as well, you know. And look, I'm really hoping Bendigo can just keep it close here. Just don't let it get too far away. But I'm not confident that's going to happen.
We're just cheering for a close game here. Opening possession of the second term. Good strong tape from Tessa Levy. Count it, plus the foul.
And that was the rip that Tracy York wanted from Tessa Levy. So it's interesting, Tracy York was also talking about O-boards. She wants them to get on the O-boards. Now, at the moment, they're at 2. They've got 2 O-boards, Bendigo, and the Boomers haven't got any. But the reason they haven't got any is because they're making their shots and there's no chance to get any.
Levy cashes in from the stripe. She moves to 8, which is the margin between these two teams. Early stages of the second term. This zone causing the Boomers a little bit of trouble as they try to go high-low, and Ernst knocks it out of bounds. 4 seconds on the shot clock for the Boomers.
And high-low is the way to break a zone like that. It's good ball movement on the outside as well, outside the three-point line. So a bit of both will break this zone.
George from outside, front of the rim. Oh, Magbagor. The athleticism on the offensive board.
It's just Inspector Gadget arms. Like they just go forever, her arms.
George wants it down low on Froling. Step back, fade away, bucket.
And that's tough to stop when she does that turnaround.
Top 10 in scoring at 15 a game, and that's a little window into why from Kayla George. 13 from 18 from the field, the Boomers. Ernst, she answers from mid-range.
And that's really good offensive movement from Bendigo, so they just need a bit more of that.
10 of 11 from two-point range, the Boomers. It's in here with McBegor and George that they've been doing their damage. Gratiana can't hit. George with the putback.
And that's really difficult because even when you're in a zone, you need to find someone to box out, and that's exactly what will happen. Your big will come through the Boomers' big comes through the centre and just gets an easy rebound. It just can't happen.
Levy gets right in the air, can't punish her with the pull-up. So it's back out to double digits here. Magbagor called for the offensive foul.
I didn't have a good angle to see, but from Alicia Froling's actions, it looks like there was something in it.
There's a little elbow there from Magbagor. There's another look at the rebounds by quarter. You see a 3-point lead to the Boomers in that opening term and dominating in the early going here in the second.
But I really like that post up from Magbagor. I just think it's tough. It's really tough, her taking it like that.
Ernst, great matchup here with Kayla George. Ernst doesn't want any part of it for right now. Off the dribble, Golding comes off the rim. Oh, Froling knocks it away from Magbagor, but the Boomers will take it. You love the aggression offensively from Mary Golding so far tonight.
Yeah, for sure. She's having a fair crack, and that's all you want. You don't want them to lie down and say, hey, we can't beat this team. Just have a fair go.
Froling has a go at the steal. Garrick, as a result, wide open. She can't knock it down. Another look at it for the Boomers. Wright is deadly from range. Front of the rim for her. George is a force of nature on the glass right now.
For sure. And I just don't think Bendigo are going to be able to stay in this zone because they're not getting their rotations. They're not getting a hand to those outside shots. And they're going to start really hurting it. The Boomers are going to start hurting them from outside. And look at George is just getting free rebounds underneath. So I don't think they can actually stay in it.
Levy takes right off the dribble. Magbagor with the verticality forces the miss. Garrick off the dribble, they roll it inside. Magbagor spins on Froling, gets it back, knocks it down. Having their way on the interior, the Melbourne Boomers, and they're out by a dozen.
It actually seems like they should be out by more than they are. So the Bendigo's just hanging in there, but you just can't help but think that Izzy Magbagor and Kayla George are going to really put some serious stats on this on the board in this game.
Completely dominating on the glass, the Boomers, 17-7, the rebounding differential midway through this second term.
doing a pretty good job for a big chunks of the defence, so we nearly got them on a backcourt violation. And then we're doing some, but then we're getting done on the O-ball. All right, we know they're going to come over your back, but you're not going to jump with it. So here it is. Make sure we're all inside. When we're in 22, at the moment, let's have you two up. That means you are halfway and you're last line. When we're in the 23, I want Carly inside. She's following anything around. Make sure, Tessa, you try not to get low bump off if you can. Down low, depending on who's there. Let's have Rupla. Strong side, weak side, try and pick that.
Well, it looks like they're staying in that zone. So, you know, they've got to really tidy it up a bit and get out to those outside shooters and box out, find a body and box out and try and keep those bigs off the glass. If that's what they're going to stay in, and maybe that's what Tracy York thinks they'll have half a chance at staying with this team, it'll be interesting.
Long range pass from Lavey. Up ahead, no good for Bendigo. Golding lines another one up from range. Down, Mary Golding having a nice first half here in Cairns.
She's keeping them in the game.
She's got 12 points already, forces the turnover there. Lavey has it. The ball spit comes out and Bendigo get it back. Paige Price doing the work on the boards. Down low, Skinner, that comes off. And that possession goes begging for Bendigo.
So Bendigo's just grinding away. And, you know, now I'm fairly certain Guy Malloy would be looking at his Boomers team going, this isn't my team. This can't be my team. It doesn't even look like the Boomers.
Beck scores at the rim.
So hopefully the Boomers can tidy up their defence here.
So we've got a little zone at both ends right now. Golding's eyes are lighting up as she feels it. Can't hit it. Price puts it back. 17-year-old with an early bucket for Bendigo.
And that zone for the Boomers is not looking good either.
Garrick kicks it out. George, the straightaway three, off the board. Wright wins it back. So there's a funk in both teams offensively right at the minute. Magbagor can't hit the fadeaway. Ernst knocks it out of bounds. A reset on the clock for the Boomers.
To be honest, it's looking quite ordinary since we've come back from the quarter-time break. Somebody's got to step up here. One team has to step up because it's very ordinary basketball.
Well, that's what Bendigo are trying to do, right? Junk it up and take the Boomers out of their rhythm. Tracy York won't mind that all that much, especially a 5-second violation right there. It's Guy Malloy that'll be pulling his hair out.
Yeah, and Tracy York should be clapping her hands going, look what we've made them do. That we've kind of made them play our basketball.
It's a single-digit game. Bendigo winning this second quarter thus far. After a slow start, they've got the game on their terms right now. Palvast, single digits on the shot clock. Ernst kicks it back out, wide open Palvast, and she drills it.
That's a beautiful pass from Ernst. I don't even know how she saw Palvast out there.
Scoreless in each of her past 2 games, Palvast comes in and knocks one down. Cuts it to 6. Garrick responds. Eight points for Garrick in the first 16 minutes. Palvast, oh, should have shot it. Knocked one down the previous possession. Lavey with the pull-up. That's off. The Boomers off and running through Garrick. Skips it to Farnworth, who's into the game. George wide open. Ooh, they got out of jail free there. Farnworth wins it back. Garrick toes the arc, can't hit. Ernst with the athletic board. So they need a strong close to the half, Bendigo. That won't help as Palvast throws it away.
So the turnover count for the Boomers is 6 and 4 for the Spirit. So this is a very high turnover game.
It's junky, it's funky, but George able to tick one over for the Boomers. It's back out to 11. George takes her tally to 8. Ernst with the one-hand pass. Levy, 8 on the shot clock, skips it. Long-range attempt, off. Good rebound from Skinner down low, and a much-needed bucket in response for Bendigo.
And let me repeat again, this time for the Boomers, when you're in a zone, you need to still box somebody out.
Skip pass from Farnworth. 3-point attempts no good. Here comes Levy, one-on-one in transition. Puts the Jets on, right to the cup, and gets to the foul line.
She's so quick in the open court, Levy. You're really not stopping that.
Little onside move. Invited the contact. She'll head to the free throw line where she shoots 84% on the season.
Yeah, she deserved for that to drop. It was that quick.
What have you made of her season, Michelle?
Look, she's been, with Carly Ernst, she's been a lone hand here trying to hold the Bendigo up. But she's a great player. She just keeps chipping away every single game, no matter how far they're down, she keeps chipping away. So I've been really impressed with her.
Top 10 in scoring, top 5 in assists. Has a season high of 33. Tessa Levy, and cuts the margin back to 7 here. Bendigo up and about defensively up the floor.
Yeah, and it's really good to see them extending. And Boomers have to know better. You keep it out of the corners. Don't get caught on a sideline with in a trap.
Purcell inside, off the board, and Levy's got a pep in her step. Stutter step, finds Palvas, gets it back. Ernst lines one up, straight away 3 is off. Paige Price wins it back for Bendigo. Their bench is up and about in support. Counting down the shot clock for Levy, pick and roll. Purcell gets a hand in, time ticking away, and a shot clock violation for the Spirit.
And it's good to see Purcell in. The last time these two teams played, Purcell had 11 points at 50% from the field and 9 boards as well. So she also nearly had a double-double to match it with Magbagor and with George.
She's got good hands too, Purcell, doesn't she? Top 5 in the league in steals, 1.7 a game, and we got a little picture into why that is on that previous possession.
Yeah, she's fantastic defensively. I would have her on my team in a heartbeat, and she just works so hard. And now this season she's beginning to up her offensive game a bit too, which is great.
Beck in a little trouble near the halfway line, gets rid of it. Farnworth gives it back to Beck. They go inside of Purcell. Little give and go. Beautiful offense from the Boomers.
And Stella Beck has had about 3 of those.
1 point off her season high, Beck. A minute out from half-time as Todd Hunter throws it away. Carly Ernst told us pre-game it may be her final WNBL game, Amelia Todd Hunter. Debuted back in 2007.
But who knows, if she has a great game here, she may just go, hey, I might stay on, I might stay with it.
Here's hoping she does, because I like the way she goes about it. Enjoyed her in the 3x3 last season as Garrick hits again from long range.
And I'd really like to see Garrick have put big numbers on the board here. She's up to 11 before the half already. So, I'd like to see her get in the 30s for her 250th.
McLean into the game for Bendigo. And another turnover there for the Spirit. She's hit multiple triples in what is now 5 of Melbourne's last 6 games Maddie Garrick, finding terrific form at the right time of the year.
Yeah, and I think Guy Malloy will be really grateful for that, and because she was a bit low on form early on, but because if her shot's not dropping, and that shot just dropped by Farnworth, but if Garrick's shot's not dropping, it kind of looks like she's a real confidence player, and so she needs shots to drop to lift her total game.
Farnworth's second triple for the season. Came in shooting 1 of 7 on the year and drilled that one from the corner. So it's back out to 15 here as we wind down to half-time. Todd Hunter off the dribble, and that one went flying out of bounds. So a disappointing close to the second term for Bendigo. Had worked so hard to cut this margin down, and it's blown out at the end of the half here.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but I'm not going to say that Tracy York will be super disappointed because they've showed some glimpses of some really good stuff. Like I'm going to say basically, Boomers are just a too strong team.
8-zip run to finish the half for the Boomers. We saw Tess Madgen there cheering on her teammates. Rested tonight, their star point guard, and they have pushed this margin out as we head into the sheds.
So 49-34, the halftime score at the Cairns pop-up arena, the Snag Pit in far north Queensland. And after a blistering opening few minutes for the Boomers, Bendigo fought back, Michelle, but the Boomers too strong down the stretch of that second quarter, and they've got a double-digit lead.
Yeah, you just kind of feel that, you know, the Boomers are going to bust loose. I'm not sure that for either of these teams the zones are looking great. I don't know if you persist with the zone to tidy it up for future games. Well, not future games for Bendigo because this is their last game, but from a Boomers perspective, if you're going to have to use a zone against those top teams, that zone they're doing right now is not going to work.
250th WNBL game for Maddie Garrick tonight, Michelle, and she was the best player in that opening half. 11 points, 6 assists. What did you like from her in those first 2 quarters?
Oh, look, I always love the way she shoots the three, and generally, if she gets a really good look at it, it will be going down. But yeah, like she's been solid, as have a lot of players. Good to see Izzy Wright doing really well too, and here's Guy Malloy presenting the 250th plaque to Maddie Garrick. Really nice to see. He must be so proud because I know they've got a really special connection, Guy Malloy and Maddie Garrick.
So she played a couple of years with the AIS, of course, a couple of years with Bendigo, and has been with the Boomers since 2015, represented the green and gold with the Opals and also on the 3x3 circuit, and great to see her having a nice night in her milestone game.
Yeah, fantastic for her. And, you know, on that 3x3, the 3x3 team hasn't even qualified for the Olympics yet. So that's still yet to come, but they've still got a qualification game that they've got to play. Well, not game, it'll be a few games to actually qualify. So hopefully, you know, she can get that and look forward to the Olympics as well.
Let's have a look at the match highlights, thanks to Chemist Warehouse from the first half of action. As we said, Michelle, it was a blistering start from the Boomers, 19-0 to open, and then on the back of Mary Golding and Tessa Lavey, these two we're seeing right here, Bendigo fought their way back.
Yeah, really good to see. And Mary Golding, she's just dogged. She just didn't give up and just kept going at them and going at them, and she kind of dragged the rest of her team with her, which was great to see.
You see the long-range bombs there from Golding. George doing her thing offensively as well. Lavey and Golding combining for 22 of Bendigo's 34 points in that opening half, 12 for Golding and 10 for Levy. How do they get, you're not seeing her here at all, Michelle, how do they get Carly Ernst going against these Boomers bigs?
Look, in the last game they played against Adelaide, she did those posts up. It was actually the inside action from her that got her most of her points. She ended up with 32 points, which is an outstanding day out. But I think that's what they need to do, try and get it into her. And then from that, she'll be able to get those outside shots as well. So when they start collapsing in on her and helping out, then they can get the rotations and swing the ball, and then she might be able to get those outside shots. But I think she's going to have to get inside and try and get some scores in there.
You see the halftime stats, the assist differential is enormous, Michelle, 16-4. What does that tell us about these two teams right now?
Look, and that's probably the difference, and it's the way that the Boomers are getting each other free. So it's not just about I'm trying to get my own score. They are able to get their teammates free, and that's a huge thing.
Well, we've got a special guest with us at the Snag Pit tonight. Cairns councillor Max O'Halloran joining us on the sidelines. Max, thanks for jumping on for a chat.
Thanks, Liam. It's lovely to be here.
You must be enjoying having the WNBL in town. Tell us about what it's brought to the community.
Oh, in tough times, it's lovely to have these sporting teams in town. We've been lucky enough, not only basketball, but netball, triathlon, and these are very important things to a town that relies on tourism and that, and it's been wonderful, and they've been great ambassadors, and to have the second best league in the world playing here and some of the most outstanding basketballers in Australia here, it's a credit to everybody, especially the state government and that, for putting it all together and making it work.
Max, the pop-up arena looks sensational. Tell us how it came about to be able to play in that building.
It's a lot of quick work. We had some extensions to our convention centre, which were overrun, and then we had to be very nimble on our feet to come up with a stadium where we could head. So the old Bunnings site was there, and through the cooperation of council, our local member and Tourism Queensland, we converted the old Bunnings stadium into this in under 5 weeks. So it was a great job, and under pressure, especially with COVID, every sport has come across these difficulties, and been able to do this and put it together this late in the season's been a wonderful effort by everybody.
It has. It's been a terrific effort, and we've seen the netball there, obviously the WNBL right now. We're going to see the Taipans playing there this season. I'm trying to get it called the Snag Pit. Is that getting any legs up there?
I thought it was a great effort and very good imagination, because just before you come through the door here, previously that's what was there, and that's all you could smell with the snag. So from your point of view, Leon, I appreciate that, and it's a great sense of humour to have.
Good stuff. Obviously a big part of having the WNBL in that hub up there in far north Queensland, Max, is the spotlight on the area as a great tourist destination. What would be your top couple of must-visit destinations in Cairns?
Well, the reef is outstanding and it's a world wonder. But one of the most things that are underestimated in our area, Liam, is our rainforest, which is older than the Amazon. We have more rare species than the Amazon. The universities work around it with a lot of technology and things through the rainforest, and it's something I believe that is underutilised, because everybody thinks Cairns Great Barrier Reef. So that's a great thing. We've got a lot of waterways and things like that we utilise, and the AFL players, all the triathlon players, they love to come here. It's the lifestyle and the casual way we live up here. It's not a bad part of the world, Liam.
Have you been up there recently, Michelle? Great part of the world.
Not recently, but hey, I'd like to. You've sold it to me. You've certainly sold it, but yeah, beautiful.
I'm bringing the family up as soon as I can, Max. Before we let you go, mate, you've been watching a bit of the WNBL, of course. Who is your tip to take it out? Is your rivalry up there in far north Queensland going to allow you to lean towards Townsville?
Probably not. It was pretty bloody competitive on that side of it, Cairns and Townsville, Liam. So we'll probably be looking elsewhere.
Great stuff. Well, thanks heaps for joining us for a chat, and enjoy the rest of the night.
Merry Christmas to everybody. Thank you.
Max O'Halloran, the Cairns councillor. Michelle, they must be loving having the WNBL up there.
Oh, what's not to love? It's such a good spectacle, and we're never going to see this again. We're never going to see like the hub-like experience, and Cairns. We don't have a team in Cairns, so make the most of it. That's what I say.
And of course, after tonight, the action swings back to Townsville, and it will stay there. The games tomorrow will be in Townsville, as will the finals. Get your tickets now to be in the arena, 100% capacity, and go to WNBL.basketball/tickets. The Fire might be involved, Michelle. They probably will be. We've got water to go under that bridge, but no matter who's in there in that Final Four, they're going to be some cracking games.
Oh, for sure they are, and really looking forward to it. And we're down to the pointy end of the season, so every single game matters. It really does. So, yeah, it's just exciting times.
Let's glance for a moment a little ahead to the second leg of tonight's doubleheader, because speaking of cracking games, that one is going to be tremendous. So many playoff implications, all on the line for Adelaide. They lose, they're out, but if they win, well, they are very much still alive.
Yeah, and then they'll come up against Sydney. If Adelaide win tonight, they come up against Sydney. But I'm not saying that's going to be an easy game for them. Looking at what Sydney did to the Flyers last night, anything could really happen.
And of course, if Townsville win, well, there's no more conversation about who will make up the top four, and then it comes down to the positioning in there. And Townsville obviously trying to get a finish as high as they possibly can. But first things first, they need to deal with Adelaide. Ali Wilson, of course, MVP candidate Steph Talbot, Chelsea Brooke, Abby Weirung. That team coming in, they've had a rough schedule, they've had a rough time, but for them, it's now or never tonight.
Yeah, and the thing that worries me a little is because last week Townsville came off a 4-day break and then lost to Perth last Friday night. They're coming off a 4-day break again. Sometimes the break is not good. And when I spoke to Sandy Brondello today, and she was telling me that she goes, when in the WNBA season, she said, you got used to playing like every second day. And when you got a bit of a break, she said, it was like all my players were asleep on the court when they came back out. It was really interesting. And it's a little bit true in the WNBL as well.
So we're all set for the second half. At the Snag Pit in Cairns, the Boomers up by 15, 49-34. What kind of fight back does Bendigo deliver for their head coach, Tracy York? And veteran Amelia Todd-Hunter, Carly Ernst did tell us earlier that they wanted to play well for her. In case it's her last game, Stella Beck makes that a more difficult proposition from long range.
Interestingly enough, Kayla George didn't start the second half. So, Gardner Lloyd's just mixing it up a little bit.
So season high 12 points for Beck. Paige Price misses. She gets the start to begin the second half for Bendigo, as does Alicia Froley. Garrett works off the horn set. Purcell on the dribble. Right to the rim, Magbagor with the putback.
She's providing a real headache for a Magbagor just with her length under the basket.
So it's out to 20. A minute into the third quarter. As Bendigo will get it back, 14 on the shot clock. They answered the call in the first term, the Spirit. Can they do it again right here? Price on the attack, turns it over. Garrick, she has the open floor and she makes no mistake of it.
She just strolled into that layup. It's like she put the brakes on and she just made sure that, you know, she didn't have to do that too hard. She's, you know, looking at, she's got 13 points now and 6 assists. So she's looking at a double-double with assists.
Timeout, Tracy York. Before we hear from her, Michelle, what do you think she was most displeased about with that first minute and change?
The turnovers, probably. And they're just, somehow they've got to try and keep Ezzy Magbagor off the boards. And I don't know how they do that. Like, for a start, just try and box out. I'd be happy if I was Tracy York, if I actually saw somebody put body on body and actually just take her out, push her out of the key.
Head tap 2 here. Head tap 2. Let's go. Come on.
Go, stop. 3 in a row. 1, 2, 3. 3 more in a row, guys.
So 22 points, Liam. They can't let it get any further away.
No, they sure can't. Bendigo trying to finish their season on a bit of a high. No wins from 12 outings. They've been there and thereabouts a couple of times. Played really well during the week against Adelaide. Led early, lost by 10. But this one's starting to get away from them. Palvas, that would have helped. Magbagor with yet another board. She's going to be in double figures there before you know it. Purcell out to Karadiana. Rims out.
I've been impressed with Karadiana. She can shoot that three ball like there's nothing else, and she's deserved her starting spot.
Shelby Britton into the game for Bendigo. Here's Lavey, got the switch with Magbagor, takes her off the dribble. Too big down there, and Britton, she's out of bounds. Graduated from Newbury College in South Carolina. Britton, 23-year-old, into this Bendigo lineup. Cassidy McLean, 21-year-old, checking into the game. Not a heap of experience on this roster.
No, but it's good to see that Tracy York has faith in them and is putting them out there and giving them the chance to have a go.
Purcell. Inside with Magbagor, and one finish for Ezzy.
And that's going to be real tough to stop. Once she gets it in the paint like that, she's going to be really tough to stop.
So 13.7 boards for Magbagor in a canter.
Yeah, and look, she'll get a double-double. I'm predicting that. I don't think I'm Nostradamus doing that. I think it's quite obvious. Unless Guy Malloy decides to rest her for the rest of the game.
Offensive rebound for the Boomers. Beck doing that work down low. Garrick, she's feeling good from long range. Front of the rim. Here comes Britton in the open floor. Bendigo have numbers. Kicks it to Lavey. Outside Skinner. Good hit. Demi Skinner from long range.
I've been so impressed with Demi Skinner from outside the three. She can knock that down.
Snapped a 17-zip run to the Boomers either side of half-time. That three ball from Skinner. She clears the defensive board. Here's Shelby Britton. A little hesitation for her. Skinner had a little room, didn't let it go. Ernst from mid-range. They just need a couple in a row, Bendigo, to get themselves back into this one. 21-point margin to Melbourne.
Ernst's shots are just falling a little bit short. They're all hitting the front of the rim.
Magbagor, Purcell. Tessa Lavey takes the air out of the ball for the Spirit. Britton from long range. That's on. Good hit, Shelby Britton.
Nice shot from the youngster.
Her second triple for the season at a much-needed time for the Spirit. Geez, we had a great look at that one. Garrett gets the screen from Magbagor. Kicks it out. Karadiana. That's on. Was that Karadiana? Might have been Beck.
It was Beck,
It was Beck as McLean scores down the other end.
And Guy Malloy won't be happy with that defensive transition from the Boomers.
So Beck has 15 now, her best scoring night of the season, and she's building on it. Garrick, step back, is out. Magbagor, another offensive board for the Boomers. Good finish down low for Davidson. Ernst, inside to Skinner, fade away. That's down. Gee, she's got a bit of rhythm, Demi Skinner.
She has. She's taken over from where Golding left off. I think they somehow need to get Ernst into the game now. She's only sitting at 2 points at the moment.
Magbagor feeling it inside and outside.
You kind of know you're in trouble when Magbagor's out there shooting and making those threes.
She has the entire package, Magbagor.
But I know last season, Magbagor wouldn't have even taken that three-pointer, but this season she's taken quite a few, and she's making quite a few.
Yeah, mid-30s from three on the year.
Yeah, it's just another string to her bow.
Down low, Davidson, and one finish. Anita Davidson with a couple of buckets off the bench. Had a season high 15 when they last played Bendigo. Davidson.
Yeah, and it's good to see her getting some court time. Like she is tall, she's a big, and she doesn't get a lot when it's against those top teams. She doesn't get a lot of court time, so it's really good to see her out there.
Turnover for the Spirit. Garrick on the hop. Purcell, Davidson, and a little soft shoe shuffle from her.
And that's those steals that Purcell just got then that we were talking about. She's so good defensively and gets a good hand in there.
And Bendigo get themselves going again offensively. Just shut down these last couple of possessions yet again. Britton. Izzy Wright all up in her junk. Turnover. Purcell picks it off. Her third steal for the night. On the deck. Can't quite roll it in. Rintala takes it away. Here comes Levy. Great pass, and Bendigo get themselves to the free throw line. That's Piper Dunlop into the game, the 17-year-old local Bendigo talent. She's off to the stripe where she's one of two from the season.
Yeah, fantastic for her. And like that was a beautiful pass from Tessa Levy. You know, she does those no-look passes so well. You don't know where it's going to go, but luckily Piper Dunlop was ready for it.
So Dunlop splits that pair. She's on the board.
It's good to see her. Bendigo Junior. She stayed with them all the way through and now is in their senior ranks. Really good to see.
Some extended pressure from the Spirit. Cuts into the shot clock a little. Garrett off the dribble, pulls up from the line of plenty. It's off. And here's where Bendigo are getting eaten alive. On the offensive glass, 13th offensive rebound for the Boomers for the night.
Yeah, that's really going to hurt you. They got the Boomers have 13 second chance points.
Yeah, just monstering him on the glass. Good hands from Rintala. 9 on the shot clock for the Boomers. Oh, off the backside of Rintala. Heads up play from Stella Beck.
That is really smart. Yeah, really, really smart. You'd hate that to happen to you if you were in defence there. But you never lose sight of the ball. That's what they say. Don't lose, and that's what the player did.
Jenny Rintala learns the hard way. Tessa Levy with the athletic finish down the lane.
And you always think, you know, if you're Stella Beck, do you do it? Because if it doesn't come off, you look really silly. But it came off for her beautifully.
She did it. She got the bucket for it, and I think we might see that on the highlight reel during the week from Stella Beck. Tessa Levy, of course, answering down the other end, trying everything she can to keep the spirit in it. So the offensive foul was called on Levy. Rough call, if you ask me. Did the basket count?
I'm not sure, actually.
Yeah, I think it may have. So, would have a bit of a party pooping call from the ref.
See, that was a great seal from Penina Davidson down low, but they're just not seeing her.
Garrick, once again from long range, lighting it up in Cairns in her 250th.
Great to see. She's having a field day.
She's got 16, Garrick, closing in on her season high of 19. Rintala seals down low and scores it off the board.
And that's good. You've got to punish the Boomers. If they're going to switch everything and you're going to have mismatches, you've got to punish them.
Beck can't hit from range. Izzy Wright with the reverse.
That just looked way too easy.
It's a 26-point margin for the Boomers. Foul called down low. Bendigo will get it back. It was 28-17 in the opening term. Melbourne won the second quarter by 4, 21-17. But have a look at the difference here in the third. They've already got 26 on the board, Melbourne. They're winning this quarter by double digits.
Wow.
Good hands.
Todd Hunter bounces off Beck, and the Kiwi called for the foul.
You might have to be more specific because there's so many Kiwis out there.
That's true. That's true. There's only one in that exchange, but yes, this is a game loaded with talent from across the ditch. Todd Hunter from outside, that's down. Amelia Todd Hunter has had her struggles from long range this season, but that one helps the Spirit no end.
Yep, they're not giving up, and that's great to see.
And surely an offensive foul called there. Todd Hunter wins it back with her defense. So fourth personal on Stella Beck, fourth team foul on the Boomers. Inside the final minute of the third term, here's Todd Hunter. She's feeling good. That one's off the rim.
And she nearly got it back.
Purcell on the baseline. Dave Beck mistimes the board. Levy on the hop in transition. Between the legs, step back, butter.
That's nice by Levy. Beautiful shot.
In her flow, Tessa Lavey. As Bendigo's team leading scorer with 14.
So they're going to get the last shot here, the Boomers. Smart move by Izzy Wright.
Single digits on the clock. Beck along the baseline, steps through. Bendigo send it away. And a little confusion there on the clock as the shot clock sounded in the background. Should really have been a shot clock violation.
It should have, yes. So they might have a couple more seconds left.
Pride on the line for the Spirit. Tracy York will want that possession. You can bet on that as they try and cut this margin under 20 with a quarter to play. So we've got 1.6 back on the clock for the Spirit. Be a long-range attempt from Lavey on the cards here.
You'd think. Just calling Golding up.
They toss it ahead. Nice play. Gets a great look at it, Lavey, and can't find really anything to close out the third quarter.
That's a real shame because that was such a good play. Like, you know, Golding coming up, setting that back pick.
The touchdown pass was on point.
It would have only been a 2 because she had her foot on the line, but yeah, what a shame that didn't go down.
So we've got one more quarter to play here in Cairns, the first leg of your Friday night doubleheader. This Boomers squad looking ahead to the finals beginning next week in Townsville. And Bendigo closing out what has been a winless season for them. Let's listen in to Guy Malloy.
An occasion where you guys aren't moving inside, right? So if dive's called, then I don't know why we're staying low. Like, that guy's got to be flashing and presenting all the time. And it doesn't need to be quick shot first side. We can get better if we just work the thing around. Okay, horns up, and we set that way, and the guards are trying to fight over the pick. You can penetrate right through the middle of it as well. But better to go one side and then go back into dive. Get high-low, come back behind you. All right, let's keep the defensive talk going here. You take Carly if she comes back in, you will have Lady. All right, let's go. Come on, move one. Speed up.
So, Guy, he was talking about their offensive end where they need their high-low action, but they can't just stagnate where they are. The inside players need to keep moving on the inside and get rotation on the outside and get the ball through hands to make the defense shift.
The final quarter of Bendigo's season coming up, Michelle. And we've spoken about how it's been a grind for this young team, led by Tracy York, Tessa Lavey and Carly Ernst, their stars. Down 21 here, 10 minutes to play. What do you want to see from the yellow and blue down the stretch here?
Look, I'd like them to get it to around 20 points. 20 points, and I think that they could be really happy with that and just tidy it up. They've got too many turnovers. They're sitting at 12 turnovers, and if they keep going, they average 14. Both these teams average 14 though anyway. But yeah, 12, you don't want to get too many turnovers. Just look after the ball, and I think the offense will flow out of that.
Do you think we'll see much of Carly Ernst and Tessa Lavey in this fourth quarter? Here is Lavey with the step back off the glass. She is in a flow at the moment, Lavey.
I think Lavey will play the game out. I'm not sure if we'll see Ernst. She's in struggle town against the Boomers, as she was the last time they played the Boomers.
Oh no, that's not a nice place to be.
We've all been there, Liam. We've all been there.
Right. Can't hit from mid-range. Lavey is feeling very good out there on the floor right now. 16 for Lavey. They turn it all over Bendigo.
How many steals is that for Purcell now? She's had quite a few. Be either 3 or 4, I think.
Yep, 4.
And they've only, they got 5 steals in total.
Farnworth playing NBL 1 with Ringwood. Right. At NBL 1 with the Spectres. They come up short, the Boomers. Here's Todd Hunter, wide open, straightaway 3, in and out.
What I'm liking about Todd Hunter, she's not giving up. You know, she just keeps, she's taking that shot, she's playing the good D, and really good to see.
Right, getting plenty of burn tonight. Purcell, oh, nice floater on the from Purcell down the lane. We get a little different look at it here from up above. The snag pit looking a treat up there in far north Queensland, as did that step back from Lavey. Falls short.
This look is throwing me out a little bit. It looks like I'm up in a balcony somewhere.
I like it.
I'm up in the bar. I'm watching from the bar.
Oh, is that where you'd like to be? Bendigo jump into a little zone just to mix things up momentarily. Turnaround along the baseline is off.
It's good to see Rachel Brewster out there.
She played a season high 11 minutes last time against the Spirit as the Boomers commit a foul. There she is, Brewster, the 23-year-old. Gonna get some burn here in the final quarter.
Yeah, and I'd like to see her get herself into the game, get a few scores.
Timeout called by Bendigo. Tracy York wants to have a bit of a chat. There's Maddie Garrick celebrating her WNBL career tonight. Her 250th. All the way from Shepparton, big country girl, Maddie Garrick, and has had a terrific career thus far.
She certainly has, and I don't think there's going to be an end to it in the near future.
Have a look when we're playing. Alicia Froling, they're switching like Rachel Brewster onto her. So that ball should be going inside before it comes out. So, you know, look at those options first.
If I come off, this person you've got, because Alicia was on that high side of her, so if I can kick it here,
Yeah, so have a look to be that action there. If we then swing it to this side and you're setting the screen, you're going to run straight in and you're going to dive straight down just to take your player out. Baseline, we're out of bounds double. Or actually, let's do twist, tropics twist. So that means you're passing it in. Can you be the catch, please? Right.
So Tracy York, and she's absolutely right. The Boomers are switching, and Rachel Brewster is ending up on Alicia Froling. And I'd like to see Alicia Froling get herself into the game, and they need to find her and pump it in down low, and she can go to work. And if she can't go to work, she can kick it back outside to get a free shot.
Todd Hunter skips it across. Here's Paige Price. Oh, nice puller from Price off the dribble.
I think it was Demi Skinner.
Oh, was it?
Don't rip Demi Skinner off.
Oh, I've done it again. So Demi Skimmer with another bucket takes her tally to 9.
She's actually just a good, solid player, is Demi Skinner.
Izzy Wright responds for the Boomers, having a nice night. She is. Rintala down the other end.
So they're just going bucket for bucket now. Look, it's at 20 points. If they can start getting it below that, just chip away at it. Get a stop, get a score. That's what Bendigo need to do.
Here's Davidson, kicks it out. Farnworth from 3. Good board from Lavey. Her head's on a swivel as she probes in transition.
And you just think when it's in Lavey's hands, she makes things happen. Something good is going to happen.
Farnworth getting away with some heavy contact on Todd Hunter, and somehow Todd Hunter squeezes it in. Having a nice night, Amelia Todd Hunter. 1 point off her season high. She's got 8. Here's Lavey spinning, diming, bucket in transition. Bendigo, timeout, Boomers.
And look at that, the momentum just swung.
What a pass from Lavey, put it right on the spot. Todd Hunter's got her season high.
She is a really good passer, Lavey. And like, she probably could have even taken that herself as well, but a very unselfish play found Todd Hunter.
So Guy Malloy not happy. This has been cut back to 16. Margin was 26 for a minute there.
A challenge now is we outrun them, that you're wrong. So I look at can you outrun them? And I think you potentially can. All right, swing a flare on the next one if we can get it. All right, but still look at your post targets inside. Now make sure when their post comes in the zone, we've got to put pressure on this short corner to back. So they're under pressure, we sink in. Okay, so stay with 22 to 23. Great job.
So Tessa Lavey, she's leading the Bendigo Spirit in points, in rebounds and assists, and there is a possibility of a triple-double, Liam. Wouldn't that be nice for her to end this season, which has been a real hard slog for her? She has worked so hard. It's been a hard slog. That would be just a really good way for her to end this season.
Sure would. We are officially on triple-double watch. The final 6 minutes of this fourth quarter with Tessa Lavey. 3 boards and 2 assists away. High-low action for the Boomers. Davidson to the free throw line.
And there's still smiles from Bendigo, all looking good.
Davidson 0 from 1 from the stripe tonight.
So I'm not sure how close Guy Malloy is going to let this get before he thinks, oh, maybe I might have to just slip Ezzy in there or slip Kayla George back in there, just to give him, you know, a bit of spark under the basket again.
Well, what do you think that number would be?
Or yeah, I don't think if it gets close to 10, I think that will have to happen.
Skinner again, the pull-up. Demi Skinner having a nice night. She's in double digits.
I think I just saw Ezzy Magbagor stand up, ready to sub in.
You called it. The number was 14 for Guy Malloy to make that change. And a bucket from Izzy Wright calms Melbourne's nerves. There is Magbagor ready to check in next to the score bench. High-low, just didn't have enough on it from Froling. Get the ball to Lavey, please, Bendigo.
Lavey will get the ball herself. She's good at that.
Yep, clear the defensive glass and off to the races. There's Purcell. Oh, sorry, Davidson. Off to the stripe again. Rintala took a knock to the face.
Yeah, her head might have gone into somebody's back or somebody's head, I think.
She might have headbutted Davidson's elbow. No. 14 on the shot clock for the Boomers. Running some action for Maddie Garrick. They find Davidson out to Beck. Dominating the offensive glass, the Boomers. Purcell and Davidson combined.
So it looks like, as he's sat back down now, he's calmed the farm a bit and, and he's relaxed a little bit more, Guy Malloy, so he's not going to put her back out there.
Skinner's been flowing offensively. That was ambitious. 1 foot lefty runner across the lane. Garrett finds Purcell. That's off. Okay, Lavey searching for it. Here she comes.
That was a nice box out from Rintala as well.
Calls for the high pick. Lavey launches it from long range, in and out. An 18-point margin. Michelle, you said under 20 would be something of a win for for Bendigo in this final term, and thus far they're on target.
Yeah, I definitely think, you know, under 20, Tracy York, you can hold your head up high and go, yeah, we had a fair crack.
Especially after that 19-zip start. And the shot clock runs out on the Boomers.
I'm not sure that they knew whether, you know, what the time on the shot clock was. That was very strange because it didn't look like any rush to try and get a shot away.
There's Tess Madgen, of course, the star point guard for the Boomers, not playing tonight. Rested yet again, top 10 in scoring, second in assists. They've missed her out there, not on the scoreboard there. They've obviously got a healthy lead, but just in their organisation and their flow.
Yeah, they're probably a 50% better team when she's out on the floor. And I think she'll definitely be playing against Townsville, though, on Sunday. I actually have no doubt.
Well, it's going to be fascinating to see exactly what's on the line in that game tomorrow, and we're going to find out after tonight.
So, Demi, if we don't get it to you to get it back, you're swinging through an overload, which means, Mary, when you rise, it's not just for that first shot. Have a look at Demi, and then I want, let's go JR ball side, opposite ball side, she comes through, and then Alicia, you'll flash. Okay. All right, so you'll come here, so we should have an overload. Now, if you get it up here, we want to send it back to Tessa's side. If that's not free, she can look to drive, then we can go high, low, and you guys cross the side. All right? Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
And that's the way to beat a zone. You've got to overload one side. So that's what Tracy York is looking for here.
So did we miss a Lavia sister at the score? The statistician in Cairns getting excited about the triple-double because she's now on 9 dimes. 1 dime and 3 boards away from a trip dub. The Opal guard.
Look, I really hope she can get it. 3 minutes left.
She's going to need to get on the glass, that's for sure. Mid-range attempt is off. We're a tick under 3 minutes to go in this final term in Cairns. First leg of our Friday night doubleheader. Blocked by Froley. Here comes Lavey. Can she get her 10th dime? Drops it off. Oh, Skinner let that fly. Rentala down low. Can't hit, but connects on the putback. Well, the margin's been cut down to 16. High-low from the Boomers. Froling again involved. Called for the personal. She's not happy.
No, but she was coming from behind, though. She got sealed inside by Davidson. And that was really good high-low action from the Boomers. Classic high-low action.
Skinner out. Golding in for Bendigo. So Tessa Lavey, where is she on this rebounding contest? She should be on the front line.
Clearly, she doesn't have the same intention to get it as we do. We want it.
I wonder if she knows. Somebody on that Bendigo bench let her know she needs to get on the glass and drop a dime. For a triple-double. Down low, high low, beautiful offense from Bendigo.
That was classic, and that was exactly what happened at the other end. Really, really good offense.
Ooh, look at Tracy York. So Todd Hunter and now Carly Ernst back into the game. .16 margin, a tick under 2 minutes to play. Todd Hunter applying pressure.
I hadn't seen Ernst for so long, I thought she must have flown home already.
Purcell, the floater's no good. Good rebound, Farnworth. Does all the hard work. The 1% is Tony Farnworth. Wright does likewise. Drops it off for Davidson. Levy flying in, can't board it. Purcell can.
Didn't Purcell know that we needed Levy to get that board?
We're cheering hard for the triple-double. 16, 8 and 9, Levy. Some sort of silver lining for the Spirit. Golding with the step back, that's off. Purcell, another rebound. She's had a nice night. Inside the final minute, the ball kicks out. Brewster!
That's great from Rachel Brewster, and she can shoot the ball. She's a really good shooter. Beautiful jump shot as well.
Yeah, that stroke was pure. She ties her season high. Tidehunter bounces off Brewster, who's called for the foul.
So we're running out of time now.
Where did she play NBL 1?
She was Nunawading.
So she was at the Spectres as well?
Yeah.
That was a stacked lineup of talented youngsters.
Yeah, and it was the season that didn't go ahead was even going to be more stacked because Kayla George had signed as well. So it's a real shame.
Trying to get Tidehunter some more buckets late. Step back's no good. Golding with the offensive board. Levy for three. In and out again for Levy.
It's a great board from Brewster.
So 21 the margin, 14 on the game clock. The shot clock turned off. Final possession for the Boomers as Carly Ernst takes it away. They kick it to Tidehunter. It might be her final WNBL shot, you never know. But that's how it finishes up in Cairns. Melbourne 91, Bendigo 70.
And it's a real shame that they just couldn't get it under that 20-point mark. They worked so hard and, you know, to Bendigo's credit, they didn't give up. I've got to mention, it's really disappointing from Ernst that, you know, she came out and scored 32 last game against Adelaide and has only come out with 2 points, played 21 minutes, like pretty much only just over half a game. Yeah, a little bit disappointing. She
was a complete non-factor tonight, minus 29 on the plus-minus for Carly Ernst, Bendigo's leading scorer coming into the night. But on Maddie Garrick's milestone night, 250th WNBL game, the Boomers take a 21-point victory.
Campaign from the Spirit, no wins from 13 games, but they hung tough tonight, Michelle, and after trailing by 21 at three-quarter time, it was all square in the final quarter.
Yeah, and they just kept going. They just kept coming at them. And although it's disappointing not to get a win during the season, it's still, you know, they would have got a lot out of the season. And those young players, getting some court time. But Maddie Garrick, she was just outstanding.
Here's some of the second half highlights. Bendigo were able to get themselves going. Shelby Breton came in and knocked one down. That was one of Maddie Garrick's 8 assists for the night. A whole bunch of players getting a whole bunch of burn that they maybe don't usually get on this final night for Bendigo. Skinner had some nice moments in that second half. Mag McGaw, who was dominant with 16 points and 8 boards, even took it outside. And Stella Beck, she was tremendous. 17 points, the game-leading scorer.
Yeah, Stella Beck was great, and really relished that starting position, I think. Interestingly enough, Kayla George, she only actually played 15 minutes. So they've had a good rest. When they come up against Townsville, it just depends how Townsville goes next against Adelaide and how much they have to play. It's going to be interesting.
you see the full-time stats, dominant on the boards, dominant in the assists column as well, Melbourne, as they put together a 21-point win over Bendigo. And of course, the star of the night, the star for us was Maddie Garrick in her 250th game, and she joins us now. Maddie, congratulations on a magnificent milestone.
Thank you. I'm very humbled, it's very exciting, and it's always better when you finish it with a win.
And what were the feelings? How did you assess that win tonight?
Well, we knew that Bendigo were a team that, they haven't won a game, but they weren't a team that were not going to go down without a fight. So we knew that we had to turn up regardless, and they've had a great season, but we needed to work on a few things moving forward into finals. And we had a few lapses on defence, but, we've got everyone on the board. We have 5 players in double figures, and we're going to move forward from here.
Congratulations, Maddie. It's Mish Gubbles here. I know you very well. How do you move forward now? So you've got to look towards Townsville on Sunday, and you want to get that win just to, I think it almost cements you the second spot. So how do you move forward? What do you do now?
Yeah, I think our biggest thing that we're focusing on is our defence. A guy said to us after a few games ago that defence is what wins championships and games, but offence determines how much by. So we're working on that. We can pretty much get whatever we want out of offence. So we need to work on our defence. That really gives us our tempo to run in our offence, and just communicating and getting everyone involved in the game. If we do that, we run pretty deep, and it's hard to stop us.
Maddie, another 4 triples from you tonight. I mentioned on the call you've hit multiple triples now in 5 of your last 6 games. How big are you seeing the hoop right now?
It took a little form to find the hoop, but I knew that was going to happen, seeing, not playing a game since our last semi-final last season. But, it just took a little bit of time. You just got to have confidence and keep shooting it. And my teammates have confidence in me, and offenses are great. And when I'm open, I'll shoot it, and I'll do what I can to help the team.
And Maddie, you mentioned everybody getting plenty of burn tonight. Double figures scoring from Izzy Wright and Panina Davidson off the bench. Rachel Brewster comes in and knocks down a triple. How'd you enjoy watching those guys get plenty of run?
Yeah, it's awesome. We love it when we can give the benchies a chance to come out and play, because they do all the hard work. They might not get rewarded all the time with playing time. So when we have a game like this and they can come out and just enjoy it as well, it's fantastic. And, it gives them confidence too. If we come into finals, people get in foul trouble, they've got that confidence behind them that they've had the game time. And, it's a reward for them. And we're really happy that they all had a good game tonight.
Tell me, Maddie, do the benchies like being called the benchies?
I don't know. You'll probably have to ask them, but I think it's one of those things that most of the time you kind of have to work your way up the ranks sometimes, and they're a big part of our success. Everyone has a role to play in our team, and they certainly have a big role, and they've helped us along the way. As I said before, they might not always get the chance to play on the court, but their role is super important, and when they have the opportunity to play, we get right behind them as well.
Well, Maddie, as we said before, congrats on bringing up your 250th WNBL game on a nice night tonight and on the win, and good luck tomorrow and into the finals.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Maddie Garrick, the star of the show tonight, and that takes the Melbourne Boomers, Michelle, to 9-3, and they glance forward to their matchup tomorrow with the Townsville Fire.
Yeah, 2 big matchups. Oh, it's not tomorrow, I think it's Sunday.
Oh, okay, Sunday,
yeah.
yes,
so
you're
we've
right, you're right.
A Saturday free basketball, so everybody enjoy that, because it will be a really big Sunday. But yeah, some really, really big games. The UC Caps versus Southside Flyers, and the Townsville Fire versus the Melbourne Boomers. It really just doesn't get any bigger than that.
Yeah, and don't go anywhere tonight, because that Fire Lightning matchup, the second leg of our doubleheader, is going to be spectacular. The season on the line for Adelaide, and Townsville trying to essentially break their neck.
Yeah, look, I can't wait. I can't predict. You got a prediction for me? Come on.
That's your job. I just get to call the play-by-play.
All right, I'm saying Townsville will win.
Yeah, I think Townsville will as well. But, geez, Adelaide, it will be fun if they can make things interesting. There's how to get your tickets for the finals, tipping off next week in Townsville. WNBL.basketball/tickets. If you're in Townsville, you're in far north Queensland, or you're making your way up there, make sure you're in the building, because all that spectacular action is headed that way. As we put the finishing touches on the first leg of our Friday night doubleheader, it was the Boomers by 21 over the Spirit. Bendigo's season is done and dusted, and they put up a fight tonight, but it wasn't quite enough. On behalf of Michelle Gubbles and myself, Liam Santamaria, the whole hard-working crew out the back, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the second leg at 8 o'clock. This is the Chemist Warehouse WNBL.